Hey guys, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 23 chat.
It's episode 20 and someone let Mother out in the rain.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's been very rainy.
It was a real white knuckle drive tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so last time, Brittany was evicted.
Yes.
Wah.
Let the rain fall down.
Yes.
And
Sarah Beth is a new HOH.
Wake My Dreams? Yes. Sarah Beth is the new HOH. She is the first female HOH of the season, but a lot of people are not happy with it because a lot of people have been wanting Sarah Beth to go for weeks now, and now she's in power.
Ooh. All right, well,
I gotta say, too, Sarah Beth was talking a big game at the beginning of this HOH, being like, this is my HOH, I'm not gonna let Kylan run it, like, it's all what I want.
Uh-huh.
Big D was having a great time. He made it off the block. He got that big kiss from Kylan.
Yeah.
And Hannah's reaction to that whole thing was also amazing. I'm glad we get to see that.
All right.
Ah! But then, the whole thing was ruined.
It was ruined, yes, by that damn Sarah Beth.
Yeah.
Or what is who calls her Sarah Beast?
Oh, wasn't that Hannah?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or no, I can't remember now. Somebody called her Sarah Beast today. It was pretty funny.
Was it Tiffany?
It was either
Alyssa?
Tiffany or Hannah, I feel like.
It was a girl.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
It was. Name a woman.
Woman. All right, well, sorry I'm old. Kai immediately wasted no time. He got right to work on Sarah Beast.
Right after their storage room celebration, he was like, so I think if I was HOH this week, I would put
I'm not, though.
Yeah.
This is your HOH.
I would put
I don't want to tell you what to do.
Claire and Derek X, because they tried to flip the vote last week, and that's, like, really messed up, especially since I was HOH.
You wouldn't want to put anybody else like X. No. You want to put DX or Claire. You want to get rid of them.
All right, well, we'll see what happens, right? Tiffany is pissed that Sarah Beth is the HOH.
She wanted to win HOH because she wanted to put Sarah Beth up on the block and send her home.
I mean, she was already pissed last week when Kylan won because that meant that Sarah Beth was going to be safe. And now, Sarah Beth herself is the HOH.
Well, you know who's very disappointed? Derek X.
Oh, he was so close to winning.
This close.
0.01 seconds.
To winning. And then if he hadn't taken the skinny thing, he would have aced it.
What could have been this week? We'll never know.
I know. Okay, so Tiffany and Big D, they're trying to work things out. We're good, right?
This clip, I believe,
we're not.
Yeah, I believe this was actually from before the eviction, before Brittany was evicted. Because I remember Big D was on his best behavior because he was up on the block still. So he couldn't be, like, doing anything crazy. But, yeah, Tiffany and Big D, they're trying to work through their issues. Remember,
looks like somebody did not come correct.
There's still hurt feelings from
Tiffany.
From the previous week when Tiffany was trying to flip the vote to keep Christian and she wanted to talk to Brittany alone, and Azza and Big D were like, no. You can't talk to her alone.
Derek
you can say it in front of us.
Still doesn't think that he did anything wrong. Derek F. doesn't think that he did anything wrong.
I mean, he was apologizing. He was trying to get past it, and Tiffany was like, no.
Was he, though? Because
she felt like he wasn't being genuine.
To ask for an apology. She had to ask him, and he was like, all right, I apologize. No, don't apologize unless you mean it.
Because he was trying to play it off like, oh, I thought we were good. I thought we moved past it. She was like,
we didn't.
You never apologized for it, so no.
No. So he did apologize.
They argued a little bit in the storage room, and I'm surprised they didn't show that people were actually listening to part of this conversation outside the door because it was pretty loud at times. It got a little bit heated. I'm surprised they didn't show people listening in on that.
I think they almost kind of did, but they didn't. All right, well, Sarah Beth and Kai. Chat time.
Okay.
He talked to her for hours, maybe 4 hours.
It was like 4 hours. But that was after, this was before her one-on-ones and that 4 hour.
Yes, this was before the one-on-ones?
The 4-hour brain melting conversation happened after the one-on-ones.
Because I remember I was watching when this started, and I fell asleep, and I woke up, and they were still talking. Still talking.
Yeah. So
and
before
still having things to not talk about.
Yeah. Before the one-on-ones, Sarah Beth is trying to come up with a strategy for how she's going to play this week out. I mean, even going into the one-on-ones, she wants to see what people are thinking about potentially going for the chopping block roulette power.
She wants to make sure that it gets used.
Yeah. So she's trying to figure out, what am I going to ask people? What am I going to say during these one-on-ones?
Are you going to play in the roulette? Shelly wants to know.
I feel like most people were saying, like, yes, they would do it if she wanted them to. Alyssa said yes. Derek X was kind of wishy-washy about it. He was like, I don't know, because he wants to save his money up to go for that coin of destiny power.
Big D has the money.
He's lying, though.
He's lying.
He's
lying about it. And he doesn't want anybody to know that he has the money. And he's not going to play anyway. And Claire can't because she's got $0.
Yeah. There were quite a few people that
had $0.
Or not even zero, but there wouldn't be enough. Yeah.
Right. They fell short, maybe $25, maybe $50.
Right.
All right. So Derek X and Claire. They think that there's a possible alliance happening on the other side of the house. Because
they're like, isn't it so weird that, like, no big alliances have formed? Like, what's Ozza doing? Who's she working with? And why is Tiffany always talking to Xavier? What's that about?
Yeah. Why do her eyes get all big when
we talk about potentially targeting Xavier?
They think they're starting to suspect something. But
they are, but also,
really.
I don't know if they're just in denial or what. They're not figuring this out. They're not putting all the pieces together.
Are they serving Kool-Aid this season?
I don't know. They were like, what if, like, there was this alliance with Derek F., Xavier, Tiffany, Ozza, Hannah, and Kyland? No.
I mean, I don't see how they don't see it.
Yeah. Well, they just don't.
All right. Well, what did you think about Ozza and Derek F. reenacting, or just basically like Ozza reenacting the Viking pillaging, but Derek F. just laughing about it?
I mean, I love Ozza.
They pillaged us again, and we didn't have time to put up our tents again, and now it's
Ozza is such a gem, and I love watching her with Derek F. There's just something about them together.
Big Brother 23's mom and dad.
Yeah.
Love it.
Not really for all of Big Brother 23, but for Brittany.
For Brittany.
I miss that dynamic already.
I do too. All right, so, but I have to say, I'm enjoying Tear Free.
Yeah. Well, Ozza shed some tears earlier in the week, reflecting on losing Brittany, and I felt so bad because you could tell like they really did form a genuine bond this season.
Ozza must be an empath.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that for sure.
All right, well, Kyland is doing his best to deflect Sarah Beast from targeting Xavier.
I gotta tell you guys, all during Sarah Beth's one-on-ones, it was sounding a lot like she wanted to target Alyssa over anyone. Mm-hmm. She did not trust Alyssa. She was talking about all the shady stuff that Alyssa has done. And then, Kyland, he got his one-on-one time with Sarah Beth, which again lasted like 4 hours. And he moved the target off of Alyssa and Xavier and onto mainly Derek X.
Yeah.
Who is the Cookout's next target.
So, miraculously, Sarah Beth wants to put up 2 pawns.
It just so happens to be...
backdoor her target.
Yeah. The 2 pawns that she's thinking of just so happen to be Kyland's nominations from last week.
What? No. Really?
What happened to making this your HOH, Sarah Beth? My goodness.
No, it was one of these, look away, look away, look away, do what I want to do.
So she did end up putting Big D and Claire up on the block, and she told them it's really difficult this week. We got to think about the chopping block roulette.
Right.
It's nothing personal.
It's not personal. Is it ever really personal?
Sometimes it is.
All right. Well, Tiffany is not ready to let Claire go.
No.
That's her one-on-one person outside, because all of the people in the cookout had their satellite alliances.
Right.
And that is her.
That's her
one-on-one.
partner, yeah.
So I guess she's going to try and do her best to keep Claire this week because she's not ready to let her go.
She's got to see if she can get the money to play for that roulette power.
Right. Well, Derek X, there's no way you can change his mind. He's not playing for that power. He doesn't care how much money he's getting.
Well, no, here's the thing. He was back and forth about it, and then Hannah and Kyland were really leading him down a bad path because they're trying to make sure that he was not going to play because they want him to be available as a possible backdoor, and if he won the roulette power, he would be safe for the week. So they're like, no, you don't need to play like other people are playing. And then I think his decision at the end of the day was if he got 100 BB bucks, he was going to save it because he'd be guaranteed to be able to play for the coin flip the following week. If he only got like 50 or even I think 75, he was going to go for potentially the roulette.
Well, you know what? I really don't like the way Hannah is leading Derek X on. It is,
like on a game level, you mean?
Yes. It's kind of making me think of like Chilltown and Erica, the way Boogie was kind of like...
Yeah, but that was personal because that was like an actual showmance involved.
Was it?
Yes! Like, that's what I'm saying. That one was so messed up. This one, it's not like that.
She
it still makes me sad, but she's putting the cookout above everything, and I can't blame her for that.
Yeah, but I don't like the way she's lying to Derek X, and he's so trusting of her, and
it's sad.
It just hurts me a little bit, because I don't like to see when people get lied to like that.
I mean, that's the game, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one thing to lie to somebody. We all do it, right?
I don't lie.
She just lied. But to like have somebody feel like you can trust them, and she said that she wanted him to be her number one person, like whatever. I don't like that.
All right. Well, let's talk about who got some good BB bucks.
High Roller's room is open.
Yes.
And in the 100 BB bucks category, we have Claire.
Whoa, she's moving up in the world.
Now she has $100.
It still wasn't enough to
play out.
This
you can't
week,
play.
Yeah.
And then Big D, he scored another $100. So he has 150.
He's keeping that in the bank. He's not playing.
That's right. Lock it up.
Yeah.
And then Derek X. Whoa, another 100.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Apparently, production asked Derek X multiple times, like, so are you gonna go for the power? Like, you gonna go for it? And he was like, no. And he was like, I don't feel safe, but I'm not gonna go for it. And they were like, wait, so you're not gonna go for it even though you don't feel safe? And he was still like, no. So you're sure you're not gonna go for it? Like, they were really trying to get him to go for it, and he just was like, no. So I gotta say, I mean, if Derek X ends up going this week,
it's kind of his fault.
Yeah.
In a way.
I mean, America and production were really trying to get him some safety.
And Hannah were really
but he
trying
could have
to not get him
He
to
had
play.
the tools, and at the end of the day, it was his decision, and he did not go for that power. So,
no.
Mistake. But anyway.
All right, let's continue.
Okay.
Hannah, $75.
Putting it in the bank.
Right. So now she's going to have 150.
Xavier also got $75 again, putting it in the bank. And Alyssa has moved up. Last week she got $50, and now she's at 75. So she
actually has enough to play, she will play.
But first, let's just talk about who got $50. The bottom tier.
Azza, she got another 50, so now she's got 100.
Yep.
She can't play. Sarah B got 50. She only has 50. She
had 0. Oh, you mean, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then Tiffany had 25, and she added 50 to that. She still doesn't have enough to play. Mm-hmm. So it turns out...
And Kyland.
Right. He got 50. And that's
Not
it. So it turns out that Alyssa was the only person who played the minigame.
I did not realize she was the only person and won by default. I thought at least one other person had played. I thought maybe Hannah played, but no. Alyssa was the sole player here.
All she had to do was get one rotation of the thing, and she won.
Yeah, you had to stand on this wobbly table and get your ball to...
Hey, that's a wobbly table.
Yes. To revolve around the table, and then...
As many times as you could in 2 minutes.
Right. Whoever got the most revolutions.
Yeah. So she actually got 19. Mm-hmm. But she could have gotten 1. And she won. Yeah,
so she won, and she decided to use the power to remove Big D from the block. Because she was like... Okay, this was Alyssa's mindset. She's got like one close ally right now in Xavier.
Right.
And she was like, oh my god, what if the worst case scenario happens and I spin the wheel and Xavier goes up on the block? She did not want him to be up against Big D because we saw what happened when Brittany was up next to Big D last week. It was a blowout vote, and she's like, oh crap. Everybody's saying that Big D would be safe against anyone, so I don't want to risk Xavier going up against him. So she used it on Big D. Big D was pretty happy about that.
Right.
And then it was time for Alyssa to spin the wheel.
She spins the wheel, and the worst case scenario in her mind happens. Xavier is up on the block.
Oh, shit.
So, you are up. Well, Xavier is up because you put him there.
Yeah. So, Xavier's up on the block next to Claire.
Her only ally,
but you know
Xavier.
What? Xavier's not worried because he still gets to play for the power veto, and even if that doesn't work out, he's got the cookout behind him.
He's got the power of the cookout to help him.
Yes.
And Sarah Beth is pretty pleased that her plan is going according to what she wants.
According to plan.
Yeah, the roulette power was used, and she's hoping to backdoor Derek X.
Oof, and when she was like, sorry, America, I'm getting rid of your boy.
I'm sending home your boy. Great. We were watching that live, and I was just like, oh, you Sarah Beth.
Guess who's getting 50 BB bucks again next week?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, my goodness.
A lot of people have said that we are anti-cookout.
I wouldn't say a lot of people have said that.
Some people have said that we are anti-cookout.
Absolutely not the case.
No. We are anti-Big Alliance steamrolling. We are wanting the show to be exciting and have power shifts. And when one alliance steamrolls from beginning to end, it's boring as hell to watch these feeds.
But I do have to say, it's not a straight-up steamroll in that the Cookout has won every competition and they're just like... doing what they want. It's been impressive to watch them manipulate and get people to do what they want, even though they haven't been in power this whole time. So I have to say that's been really impressive to watch. It's just, the thing for me is them having everything planned out like weeks in advance, and then they just like pick everybody off. That's what makes it kind of not as exciting for me, but
still impressive.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
We're impressed.
Hell yeah.
So I just wanted to clear that up because there was some discussion. And we do read every comment. Thank you. So we know what you guys are thinking. So I hope that clears that up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we will continue along with our rest of the season now.
Okay.
There you go. So let us know what you thought about all this in the comments if you choose to. And we'll see you tomorrow for her next spoiler.
Should be fun.
Until then,
much love.